Başka bir şey gerek yok. Ayakkabı boş. Kim o? Ne ismi? İyi bir dost. İyi bir dost sence? İyi bir dost sence? Ne dedi? İyi bir dost yapmadım çakmak gönderin. Evet, bir numaram.
Sorry, so what do you want me to check? I'm just...
Hello, welcome. Hello. Hello. Ellie, do you hear me?
Sorry, I can hear you. I was just on the phone. How are you?
Fine. Welcome here. How are you?
I'm just gonna camera as well, so you can see me. How are you? Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. We are majorly consisting of new staff, so we are kind of exciting to get to know about Greenwich College.
Yeah, of course.
You're just waiting for some colleagues to join in. Can you give us just 1 or 2 minutes?
Yeah, that's okay, not a problem. I can certainly wait.
Thanks a lot.
So how many offices do you have? Sorry, you mute.
I'm going to tell you, I'm just asking. This is why I'm new, you know?
Yeah, no, that's okay.
At least 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So how many offices do you have?
So we have 2 campuses in Sydney, one in Melbourne. We're recently opening in Brisbane, And Gold Coast will start in January 2023, so next year.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but we have the, you know, the major cities that the students usually choose, which is Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne.
Oh, it's great. May I ask a question about just a curiosity, out of curiosity? Do you give cultural classes about bush culture and like Australia's history, maybe, or Aboriginal people?
Not a specific history class for students, for our language students, but we do incorporate a little bit of history on the curriculum as well. So they have, you know, they understand a little bit of the Australia culture, also the slangs that we use. So it's not completely, you know, focused on the history, but it's a little bit mixed for the students so they can understand a little bit more about Australia.
So you are not playing didgeridoo in the middle of the class, right?
No. I don't even know how to play. Maybe we might have a teacher or two that will be able to, but no.
Have you ever heard of one?
Yes. I actually, at the moment I'm at home. I do have one at home, but I cannot play.
Whoa, it's classy. It sounds classy.
Yeah. Well, in the Aboriginal culture, females are not supposed to play the didgeridoo anyway, but
whoa.
Yeah.
I just got to know.
Yeah, it's small things that, you know, when the students will probably learn when they are here. But I guess if, you know, one of the female students grab a didgeridoo and play, it won't be offensive as long as they're not in Aboriginal tribe. So it's all good.
Yeah.
I'll just see if I
dear Ellie, you can start whenever you want. We are just right now. Get ready.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just share my screen here with you and let me know when you can see it. I won't be able to
see right now.
See you, I think, but we'll see how we go. Okay, yeah, I'll be able to see a little bit there, so it's all good. So please interrupt me at any point in time if you have any question, okay? I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So to start with, I was just mentioning to you about our locations. One of the locations that is not in here yet because it's new to us is the Gold Coast. But we do have campuses in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, as I mentioned to you. And the Gold Coast is new to us, but we're already accepting applications. So if you have any students that are interested in study there, we're already accepting the applications. But the courses is for the Gold Coast is only limited to general English at the moment. As you probably know, Greenwich College, we not only offer general English, but we have several other languages program, which I'll mention to you a little bit later. Greenwich College is also one of the largest Cambridge provided in Australia. So Cambridge course is one of our specialization. So when the students come to study with us, if they apply, for example, for 48 weeks of general English, we usually encourage them during those 48 weeks to study some Cambridge courses. And the reason is because we believe that the student will have a better base of the language, the command of the English language if they do general English plus Cambridge. Cambridge is like a general English with a booster. It's very intense course. So we believe if the students have the mix, they will improve much faster if they mix those two courses. We are also one of the authorized testing center for Cambridge. If the students want to prepare themselves for Cambridge with us and take the exam, they also can. But the testing center, it's separate from what we deliver. So if the students decided to take the test with us, they can go through our website, they can register for the exam. but they need to understand that this is, even though we are the testing center, this is done by a third party. It's not necessarily Greenwich College, you know, so it's like any other Cambridge exam center. One of the things that we are very proud as well for our students is the fast rate of progression. So our students, they progress quite quickly. And one of the reasons is because we do mix the courses that they study, not only general English, but Cambridge, IELTS preparation, or business English, other courses, but they also have counseling one-on-one with our academic team. So that is also available for our students. So if they're not doing well for any particular reason, our academic team can have one-on-one meeting with them and discuss exactly what, you know, they're struggling with and how they can improve. And we also do test progression weekly. So the students will be doing tests every week. And then if they are progressing, we change their levels as well. They don't get stuck in one level, even though most levels are 12 weeks. So it's the normal cycle for any level of general English. But if they progress faster when they do the exam or when they have the counseling session, we move them to a different level. So they don't stay stuck for example, if they started in beginner, they don't stay stuck there for, 3 or 4 months. Yeah, so we try to have the very fast progression for the students. Another thing that we also offer to our students is pathways. So if they do our language or if they do our vocational, they can pathways to different providers. Those providers can be either TAFE or university. And through our language, they have direct entry through the language programs. And through our vocational, they have articulation where they can have direct entry with the language, but as well as credit points towards the bachelor's. So I'll show you a little bit later some of the partners that we have pathways with and what sort of credit points that they can get through our vocational courses as well. And again, as I mentioned, we have a wide variety of courses. I'll show you a little bit later all the courses that we have. And we also offer up to 9 weeks for free for our students. The students here in Australia, they have to study for 20 hours a week. So this is the normal timetable for the students. But Greenwich College also has 9 hours free that we offer to our students. So I'll just move that forward. So I just mentioned to you about our Brisbane campus. So our Brisbane campus is operating in Charlotte Street. It's very central, the location of our campus. So it's close to private transports, close to shops, pretty much similar to the campuses that we have in Sydney and Melbourne. So we have level 3 and level 4. We have our classrooms there, but we also share the campus in Brisbane with our sister school, Zero Institute, and Zero Institute, they offer commercial cookery to our students. Just go to next. So one of the things proof of English proficiency, they can take
do you really?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
You have interrupted.
Yeah,
You can just continue from the adaptive test slide.
Okay, I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, we have also lost you.
So can you still see my presentation?
No, unfortunately, you need to start it again.
No, not a problem. Easy fix. I'll just go again.
Great, we can see it right now.
Yeah, perfect. So I was mentioned about the adaptive test. Well, we basically give the students the complete journey. So what the students do, they can take our test, which is free of charge. The test is done through our website. And from there, our academic team will mark the test of your students and will give them a study plan. Okay, so that's why we say that the students start the complete journey with us. They start from the moment that they take the test up to the end that they finish the courses with us. So usually with the test, what the academic team will give the students is a study plan that will involve either general English, IELTS preparation, Cambridge, or English for business. So depending on their level of English proficiency and depending on their goals. So when they take the test, they can tell us exactly what they want to do, what they want to achieve. Some students, they just want to improve their English proficiency, and some students have goals of going and study in university, so or TAFE. Yeah, so when they tell us that, we'll be able to mark their test and give them a study plan based on what they want, based on their goals. And the good thing about our test as well is the test is adaptive. So what do I mean by adaptive? Adaptive means if the students continue to progress well on their answers when they're taking the tests, they continue to be marked as upper intermediate, advanced, and so forth. But if for any particular reason they make a mistake during the test, we kind of put them down. And so we mark them up and down, depending on their answers when they answer the test. And the reason is because we need to know exactly which levels they are. Most providers, they have one test that fits everyone, you know, so doesn't matter. It's not adaptive to the student level. But for Greenwich, no, we adapted, the test is adaptive to the level of each student, okay? And again, as I mentioned, they can further study after they finish our language, they can further study to our vocational courses, and they can further study to any other providers that we have pathway with. So here's just the courses that I mentioned to you. This is all the language programs that we offer. So we have General English, Pronunciation in Contest, Cambridge. Cambridge, we have several levels, IELTS preparation, and English for academic purpose. So the academic purpose that we have is English for vocational, English for academic purpose, which is the EAP course, and English for business, and also English for creative technology. Through our general English courses, we have from beginner level to upper intermediate, okay? So the students can start from the beginner and go to the upper intermediate, or what they can do when they get to pre-intermediate level, if they don't want to study general English anymore, they have the options to progress to our other courses like Pronunciation in Contest or Cambridge. Cambridge, for instance, as I mentioned, we are one of the largest provider for Cambridge here in Australia. And we have several levels of Cambridge. So if the students at pre-intermediate level, they can already go to a Cambridge course. So KET is the lowest level of Cambridge available. And this course has a duration of 8 weeks. So all Cambridge's courses, except for KET, they have duration of 12 weeks. Okay, so they are closed courses where they are very intensive for 12 weeks for the students. And then after KET, we have the PET, FCE, FCE1, FCE2, and we have CAE, and also CPE. So CPE is Cambridge, Proficient Cambridge, when the student is above advanced level. So we also have that option there for the students. The other course that we also offer is the IELTS preparation. So IELTS preparation, we have 2 levels. We have foundation, where it's available for students that have IELTS 5.5. And then we also have the advanced level, which are available for students that have 6.5 above. Okay, so if the students say, I want to achieve IELTS 6 or 5.5, the student will be placed into the IELTS foundation. But if the students say, we want to achieve IELTS 7 or 8, then the student will be placed in the IELTS advanced preparation. So we do have 2 classes available for students depending on their levels. And the reason is because IELTS preparation is focused on the IELTS exam, on the IELTS test. So it's important that the students, they have different level of capability of the English proficiency, that they are placed in different classes. Yeah, so they will progress towards their goals rather than have someone that is an intermediate level studying with advanced student. You know, what they need to practice won't be exactly the same, even though they are practicing for the exam. The structure that we offer for the students is a little bit different there. And then the English for academic purpose, which is 3 courses available there, is the English for vocational. This is a unique course to Greenwich College, and no any other provider offer English for vocational studies, only us. And the students can basically study their course to progress to a vocational or to any other provider they offer vocational in Australia. And then we have English for academic purpose, which is the EAP, and that will give direct entry to most universities here in Australia as well. So we have that pathways with our students. And we also have the English for business for those students that want to study and understand a little bit more of the vocabulary required to work in a business environment. Any questions so far? No?
Actually, I have some questions.
Yeah, of course, yes.
I was going to ask about the vocational studies, that the language schools for vocational studies are Turkish people are accepted into the vocational studies after language schools?
So the English for vocational studies is also a language course. So yes, it's not a problem. They can apply as a package. They can do general English and vocational studies, or general English Cambridge vocational studies, depending on how long they want to study. But this is still a course that is under the ELICOS program. Yeah, it's not under the vocational. They can prepare themselves, but because, as you know, Turkey is assessment level 3, when they apply for visas, if they apply for vocational, they need to have a certain IELTS score. So I usually suggest the students to take maybe the IELTS preparation in between when they do the vocational as well. The vocational will give them direct entry to the providers in terms of language, but it won't be enough in terms of visa application. Yeah, but they can definitely apply for the English for vocational studies.
Okay, my other question was about the number of Turkish students in your institutes, total in Australia.
In total, I wouldn't be able to say the exact number. We do have obviously a good number of Turkish students in various campuses, but they are not the majority of the nationality. The majority of our students, they come either from Latin America or Asia. And we do have students from another part of Europe as well. So our mixed nationality is quite good, despite of the number of Turkish students that we have. And one of the things that our academic team do when they place the students into their level, into their class, they try to be very selective to place the students in class that they don't have students from the same nationality. And if they do, at least it's a very small number. Okay, so we're very conscious of having them mixed nationalities with the student, not only with the Turkish students, but other students as well, especially that we have a lot of students from Latin America, for instance, and the majority of the students there, they will be speaking Spanish. Yeah? So we have to be very conscious as well how we place our students into their levels, because we don't want them to be placed in the level that they have 6 or 7 students from the same nationality, because we know what happened when they are there with the students from the same nationality. They ended up speaking in their own language, and they don't focus so much in learning English. So we're very conscious of that as well. Any other questions?
Thank you.
No? Yeah, all right. So we'll move forward. So the next thing that I want to talk to you is about our VET courses. So this is what I mentioned to you, that the students would require to have at least, I believe, 5.5 that they require for the visa application. But for most of our courses, they would require either to complete our language programs or have 5.5 anyway, or equivalent, could be a PTE as well, equivalent to enter into our courses. The lowest qualification that we offer in our vocational is the certificate to in workplace skills. This course has duration of approximately 6 months, so it's 24 weeks. And the students can be at an intermediate level for this course. And then we also have the certificate 4. The certificate 4, it will be the next qualification up. So we have certificate 4 in business, certificate 4 in project management, certificate 4 in leadership and management, and certificate 4 in marketing and communication. Those would be all the certificate 4 that we offer for our students. And the certificates that we offer, they have a duration of 40 to 44 weeks. So it's equivalent to 9 months. Yeah, so it'll be 5 terms. And after the certificates, what we have available for the students is the diploma. So we have diploma of business, diploma of leadership and management, diploma of project management, and diploma of marketing and communication. We are no longer offering the diploma of event management. So the last intake was in May, and we're no longer offering this course anymore, but we do have all the other diplomas available. And one of the diplomas that we have here, that has a pre-entry requirement, is the diploma of marketing and communication. So this course is what we call nested. The students must study the lowest qualification first in order to progress to the highest qualification. Okay. Any of our other diplomas, the students can go straight to the diploma without requiring to study the certificates. But the diploma of marketing and communication, they must complete the certificate full first. Any questions so far? No?
I have questions, but they are different from this issue. So okay. Can I write them, or should I wait until the end of your presentation?
It's up to you.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait now.
Yeah, all right. So then after the diplomas, what we have available is the advanced diploma and the graduate diploma. So for the advanced diploma, the students must have completed at least a diploma based on BSP. BSP is business based in order to be eligible for any of our advanced diploma. And the advanced diploma, we have the advanced diploma of leadership and management and advanced diploma of program management. And for the advanced program management, the qualification that the student must have completed before is the diploma of project management. That is also a pre-entry requirement there. And the graduate diploma doesn't matter, as long as they complete a diploma before, they are eligible for the graduate diploma. And our diplomas and the graduate diplomas and advanced diplomas, they all have duration of 52 weeks, which is equivalent to 1 year of studies. So most of our students, what they do with that, they package some of them certificate plus diploma, and some of them, they package diploma plus advanced diploma, which give them about 2 years, 3 years, depending on what they want to do and how long they want to study. But they are welcome to package, okay? So they can have 2 to 3 years visa if they apply for vocational programs. We have 6 intakes through the year for our vocational. We just had one starting today. So today was our last intake for 2022. And the next intakes now available will be only in 2023. So then we have in January, March, May, July, September, and October. Our courses, they run by term, and our term has duration of 6 weeks. And then the students have 2 weeks holidays between terms. So if they started in January, they study for 6 weeks. Then they have 2 weeks break, 6 weeks, 2 weeks break, until they get to the end of the year, where they will have 4 weeks holidays. So when we finish this intake now, which we just started today in October, we will finish on 11th of December, the students will have 4 weeks holidays. And the reason why they have 4 weeks holidays is because we also include the Christmas break during that time. Okay, so if you don't have any question about the vet courses, I'm just gonna move to the next one. So this is also related to our vocational course. So for our vocational courses, we have various timetables available. Will depend on the qualification that the students is studying. But most courses that we have, we offer a full day timetable. Full day timetable starts at 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and they study only for 1 day for vocational. But if they study in the evening, some of our courses are also available in the evening. The students will be doing 2 evenings from 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so these are the 2 timetables available. But if you don't remember, the timetables is fine because I'll share the materials with you and they will have the intake dates, the courses available, the duration, and also the timetable that we offer for each course. So if you don't remember anything that I said now, it's okay because we can always go back and look at it. So the fees for our certificates, diploma and advanced diploma, at the moment our certificate 2 is $3,000. Our certificate 4 are $5,000, the diploma $6,000, and the advanced diploma $604,000. And now graduate diploma $7,200. But for our vocational, the students don't have to pay all at once. They can pay by term. So if they study language, for instance, they do 24 weeks of general English and they want to do that, what they can do, they can pay the 24 weeks of general English and then just a deposit for that. So the deposit for that is $500. Any of the courses that they study, ELICOS, language plus VAT, is $500 deposit. Okay, so we'll just move forward. So what I also mentioned to you a little bit earlier was the credit points that the students can have towards different providers if they finish our vocational. So for instance, if they decided to go and study at Central Queensland University, if they do a Bachelor of Business there, they will have up to 1 year credit points towards the bachelor. So if they finish our Diploma of Business, Leadership and Management, or Diploma of Project Management, they will have 1 year of credit points. Uni 1 year course is about $30,000 or more, just for 1 year of studies. But if they study with us 1 year, they will be paid $6,000. So they will be saving a lot of money. They will get 1 year of credit point. Instead of studying 3 years at university, a bachelor, they're only going to study 2 years and 1 year with us and saving a lot of money. So I think it's the pathway programs is very important for students that want to go and study with other providers, especially university. We have several universities that we work with. I only listed a few here, so you can have an idea, but I'm more than happy to share the whole list. We do have pathways with CQU, Torrance University. I think Torrance is probably very popular in Turkey as well. So we do have a few universities there that we have some students packaging as well. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk to you about is about our admissions and our process, because I think this is very important. And at the moment, it's kind of a hot topic because of our delays. We understand that we are taking a little bit longer than normal to process the letter of offers and COEs. And the reason is because we have a very high volume of students applying, which is great. We're very happy with that. But unfortunately, you know, we need to leave you waiting for a little bit longer for a letter for our COE.
Hello, Ellie. Can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt.
Of course you can, yes.
I was going to ask whether you have a GTE process or not.
So we do have a GTE. So our GTE is either through our application form. So there's a session there on our application form that must be completed. But if you don't complete that session there, there's another form that is called SSVF form. And that can be also completed and attached to the student application.
Okay. So may I ask the level of your GTA?
So you mean the assessment level of the college?
Yes.
So our Greenwich College at the moment is assessment level 2. We used to be assessment level 1 a month ago, September. Up to September, we used to be level 1. But unfortunately, we had a lot of visas in the pipeline, and some got granted and some didn't get granted. Not from Turkey, I have to say. Turkey, we have a very good approval rate. We're very happy with that.
Could you say any estimated number, like a percentage?
From Turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I would say 98% to 99% approval rate.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, the refusal rate from Turkey is very, very low for us. But we don't work with many partners. We don't have a lot of education agents that we work with in Turkey. So I think it might be one of the reasons why. And also, you know, we used to be assessment level 1, it helped. But the percentage is very, very low of refusal for us anyway, but it's from different country. It was from Thailand, where we got the rejections, and that's why we went to level 2. But now in March, it's another, basically it's another round. So they go through again, the government go through the visa approvals and visa rejections. And we are strongly believing that we're gonna go to assessment level 1 again in March, because the percentage of rejection was really low for us as well, but enough to put us, you know, in the borderline of 2, which is not good. But our admissions team is working hard in rectify this issue, and we'll probably gonna be assessment level 1 from March again. Yeah, so fingers crossed to that. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks a lot for all the information you gave. Yeah. So after GTA, for example, in case of any kind of approval, students are expected to make the payment, and they are going to take the COE and they are going to apply for visa, right?
Yeah. So basically, the process is we receive the application form completed from you, a copy of the student's passport. If the student doesn't have a passport upon application, it's fine. But we require to have some sort of ID, okay? So if the time that you apply, the student doesn't have the passport yet, you can send the national ID, it's fine. It's just basically for us to make sure that we're spelling the student's name correctly. And if the students then is studying courses, they're required to have a certain level of English proficiency, we ask them to take our test. Again, it's free of charge, they don't have to pay anything. But it's just to check if they are eligible either for IELTS, Cambridge, or the vocational courses, yeah? So we ask them to do the test before we issue the letter of offer. So the reason is because once we issue the letter of offer, we have all the information required, and we send the letter of offer to you, so you don't have to wait for this back and forth, yeah? And if they apply for vocational, we also require them to provide proof of previous academic study. So high school is the lowest qualification that we accept, and that has to be translated. But doesn't need to be translated by a professional translator. It can be translated by you, okay? You just need to say that the copy that you're seeing is the original, and the student meet the entry requirement, and what sort of qualification the student completed. If you attach that with the document, we accept it. We don't need to be a professional translator. Yeah, so this is the process of application. So when you send all the documents to us, we will wish you a letter of offer for the student. And once the student receives the letter of offer is when they sign the letter of offer and send it to us with the first payment. Okay.
Thank you, Ellie. And may I tell you things that I really would like to know, and you're probably going to talk about them. But generally, our main focal points are about the prices, for sure, and also the scholarships. Maybe you have offered for maybe Turkish students, or due date of the scholarships that you are offered right now, and also the life cost and life opportunities, job opportunities that Sydney offered to the students, provides to the students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in terms of scholarships, unfortunately, we don't have any particular scholarship that we offer for the students. What might happen is us giving incentives to the agency, yes, and then the agency will do whatever you think is right. You can use this incentive scholarship towards your agency, or you can use towards the student. That is something up to you, yeah? So it's something that we can definitely discuss separate from today. This is fine. We can definitely organize a meeting for that. We don't have a particular scholarship for the students. Our tuition fee is very competitive. I believe we're probably, with the quality of programs that we offer, we're probably one of the cheapest amongst the good quality provider at the moment.
We would like to know about these prices.
So we are charging per week 265 for 1 to 23 weeks, yeah, and 24 weeks or more is 255. So
do you have some kind of PDF or like,
yes, I have
or
the
in your presentation? It would be great to send it.
I don't have on this presentation, but I can share with you. Maybe what I can do, if I can have everyone's email address, I'm more than happy to share not only the presentation, but the relevant PDFs with the fees.
It would be great. I'm going to write my email to the chat right now. You can just send it to me so that I can transfer it to my colleagues.
Certainly, I can do that. I'll copy your email address a little bit later. So yeah, so this is basically the process of application. And the fees, obviously, as you mentioned, is very important. And while you're mentioning about the fees, I understand that sometimes the student apply for 24 weeks or 48 weeks. What we do offer for the students is installment plan, okay? So if they study up to 24 weeks, it has to be at least 24 weeks, we can split their payment in two, okay? And if they do 36 weeks, sorry, we can do 3 installments. If they do 48 weeks, we can do 4 installments. So we do have the flexibility at least of giving the students some sort of relief when they pay. They don't need to pay for the total 24 weeks at once. They can pay in installments, but it has to be a minimum of 24 weeks for them to be eligible for installment. Yeah. So once they have the letter of offer, we issue the letter of offer for them. We require to have the letter of offer signed, the proof of payment. The invoice is basically, because if you keep your commission, which you can, when you pay us, you can retain your commission there. So we just need an invoice saying that, you know, you got X amount of your commission and X amount is towards the student's tuition fee. Yeah, because when we receive the student's tuition fee, we know exactly the amount that was your commission and what is the student's fee, the amount they paying as well. And again, any pending document is required. So for instance, during the application, if we didn't receive the passport, we only received the national ID, we will require it to have the passport up on the time that you requested the COE. And the reason is because we need to lodge the passport information into PRISMs. PRISM is the system that we use to issue COEs, the confirmation of enrollment. And then that system is linked with the immigration website and is where the students can then apply for their visas. Yeah. And at the moment, because a lot of visas are delayed, We know that some students require to change their start date. We also ask you if you have any student that already have COE, apply for visa and require to change date, that you complete our change of enrollment form. That is done online. So when you tell us, Ellie, my student is not able to start it now in October, I have to postpone to November or December, you fill up this form, our admissions team will receive the form and they will process it as soon as they can. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you exactly date now of processing because unfortunately I don't have the answer. It's taking 10 to 15 working days, some cases even more. But we're trying to rectify. We employed new people. So our admissions team is also growing. We have about 16 people working on our admission. And so we should go back to at least reduce the processing time to 5 days very soon. Okay. And is there any particular question that you have here about the admissions process? No? Okay, sorry, I'm just going to. So one of the things that I have here that I want you to show you is in our website, we have an agent portal. Okay, so this agent portal, I'm gonna click. So we're gonna open agent portal there. Tell me if you can see the agent portal.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, perfect. So through this agent portal here, we have what we call agent resources. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see most forms that you require for your students. So you have the online application. Okay, so if you want to lodge an application online, you can. To be honest, I encourage you to do online more than send me a paper base. And the reason is because when you do it online, we know exactly how to spell the student's name, yeah? Because sometimes if they do written form, sometimes it's not that clear. So that's why we require to have some sort of ID when we issue a letter of offer. But I encourage you to, if you can, please lodge the applications online. We would prefer to receive them. So if you click on the online application, we'll take you through to the form and you just need to fill up the form. But we also have the application form in PDF version. We understand that not everyone will be able to apply online. So that is also available. We have a list of price for accommodation and the application form also available there. We have our timetable available, all terms and conditions in terms of refunds, if the students require to cancel. We have the placement test, the links to the placement test. We have our study planner there, the dates available, the intakes for all our courses. We have a list of our pathways provider. So here's the GTE form that you asked a little bit earlier, is also available in the website. And then we also have a little guide there on how to write a statement of purpose if you require for your students. And we have information on the orientation and other forms as well available for our current students. So suspension, if they need to suspend, if they need to cancel, refund, credit transfer, and other forms that you might require. So if the student wants to pay, they can pay. Sometimes they change agency. It's not a thing that we like to encourage, to be honest. We don't like when this happens, but sometimes the students, when they are at the letter of offer stage, only letter of offer stage, when they have the COE, confirmation of enrollment, we don't change agency anymore. It's only possible to change agency if they are still in the letter of offer stage. After that, it's a no-no, because we already involved payment, we already involved commission, and obviously the first partner that referred the student to us is the one that is entitled to the hard work that was done, yeah? So basically the website, the agent portal and a website has most documents that you would be looking for, except the fees. The fees, we don't have that because we do have different fees for different nationalities. So we wouldn't have it. Okay, so I'll close this. I'll go back to the presentation. And then that's it. I'm opening for questions, if you have any questions for me.
I have again a question, and it will be about the job opportunities and the things that Sydney offers to the students.
Yes, sorry. You asked that about jobs. So we have our student service team. So during the orientation, when the students arrived in Australia, they provide not only guidance on what is going to happen to them when they study with us, but they also provide guidance to the students where they can go to find jobs, where they can go to create their tax file number, because students, when they start to work here, they also pay tax. So they have the instructions there. We have some posts that we post constantly where the students can find jobs. And our student service also assists them in, so they have like workshops, how to write resumes, cover letters, and all of that is available through our student service team. So each campus, we have a team of 4 or 5 people, and they are there to assist the students. So it's a lot of opportunity. At the moment, it's a lot of jobs available for the students everywhere. We have a shortage of workers here in Australia in various areas. So now is a good time for the students to come to study and also to work. At the moment, they can still work full time. It won't last long. The government already wants to take that away from the students, but at least when that goes away, they're still going to be able to work 20 hours a week. So it's something available for all students here in Australia.
Could you give us a little bit about examples? For example, the famous jobs that students are working, or the majority of the students are working?
It will depend on their level of English, to be honest with you, because if the student arrives here, he's a beginner or elementary, the limitation will be, it will be less things to do. It's usually when they go and work in hospitality, they work in kitchen hand, or depending on the restaurant, they might be able to work serving the tables. If it's a Turkish restaurant, for instance, they might not mind to have the student there, even though he's not an advanced speaker. But then when they are a little bit more advanced, is opportunities everywhere. It's opportunities in hospitality, opportunity in retails, opportunity in offices. We do have a lot of students that come from overseas. They are already qualified. A lot of them, they have bachelors or, different qualifications that they can actually use here in Australia. The only thing that they need is learn the language. And once they progress in the language proficiency, is not only limited to hospitalities, other jobs available for the students. And at the moment, as I mentioned, we have a shortage of workers everywhere, in every single area. So I can't say that only hospitality or retail that is available for students, because office jobs will also be available for them at the moment. Thanks again, depending on what they want to do, yeah. Because we have a lot of students there, engineer, they're coming from Turkey, and or mechanics, and they go and want to work in the area, and those jobs are also available for them. Yeah. Any other question?
Ellie, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, you?
Great, thank you.
Can you check your WhatsApp after the Zoom, please? Because little bit emergency.
Okay, I'll check my WhatsApp.
Okay.
And I'll see the emergency. Except that I won't be able to do anything right now because it's 9 p.m. But in the morning, when the team is back in the office, I can promise you that I'll take care of your WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah. Okay. So the student is enrolled already, yeah? All right. I'll have a look at the student case and then I'll reply to you, okay? So also I'll save your WhatsApp as well. No worries, we'll look after this case. Sorry that I cannot look after now because the team is not in the office at the moment. It's 9 p.m. here, so it's just me and you guys now.
Okay, thank you.
But I'll promise to look after the case for you, so no problem.
Thank you.
And is there any other question that you have? I'm just copying the email addresses here as well. So I'll make sure I'll take a photo of that. So sure.
I think that's all, Ellie. Thanks for your time and your effort. It was a great presentation.
That's okay. Anything else that you need, you know, as I said, you don't need to remember everything. I'm sure that every time that you have a training with different providers, there's a lot of information to retain. So don't feel like you need to know everything. Please feel free to send me an email, a WhatsApp. I'm available on WhatsApp as well. So if you send me a message, I might not see it during your working hours because it's overnight for me. The next morning I will reply to you, okay? So if you needed anything, please let me know. And then I will share this presentation with you, a little summary, and I will share the fees as well because I know that the fees are something very important for the students.
It will be great. Thanks a lot again for your informative presentation.
No, that's okay. Thank you. And hopefully, you know, I'll be going to Turkey and be able to visit all of you face to face, not just via video.
It would be great to get to know you in person.
Yeah, it will be nice. I'm looking forward to that as well.
So glad to know you. So thanks again. See you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all. It's nice to see so many people in our online room.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
Bye-bye.